Hey everybody, what's up, dudes? All right, so breathe a little sigh of relief, or at least I'm going to, for the moon Pisces. What does that mean? Well, so the title of this one is NepTuned In. Get it? I'm so clever. But actually, this is a very good time to be clever. This is the processing stage of grief, but it's a little bit bargaining because you got to figure out what to make of it. So the moon is in Pisces, and so is Neptune, so they are conjunct. I realize I'm jumping right into that. The sun is still in Gemini. Forget it. We'll keep going here. So the moon and Neptune conjunct means that you're realizing how you feel. The difference between just an upset of emotion, for reference in my last video, versus being able to categorize it. Don't forget that Pisces is the exact opposite on the wheel from Virgo. They're both very deep diving, probing signs. A Virgo is a doctor, a physical doctor, where a Pisces is maybe a psychologist. You know what I mean? Like, you can still prescribe medicine because Pisces definitely rules drugs. This is a fun time for drugs, y'all. 'Tis the season. Happy summer. There's your Gemini sun. I feel like to have your Midsummer Night's Dream. But it's a very Three of Cups atmosphere. It's work that looks like a party. But it's not even work. It's sort of, you're painting your mural and you're making something that the world hasn't seen yet. And you've had a lot of chemicals going through your brain in the last few days. Maybe if you had a chance to mellow out, you would mellow out. As long as you're all consenting adults, you do whatever the thing is you need to do that. Whatever your... And people categorize it as escapism all the time. I don't feel like it's escapism at all. I would say that it's a Pisces moon, being extra defensive today, because we are sensitive. But no, it's not escapism. It's going deeper. Like, as a hypnotist, that's exactly what I'm doing, is I'm taking you on your own subconscious journey. All hypnosis is self-hypnosis, right? So this is where we are. There is, for the next few hours, a kind of daze. And we've needed to rest. Life comes at you fast. Here's the danger with the Pisces moon, which one would hope, because the Sun and Mercury are still conjunct in Gemini, try really hard not to hide from the problems anymore. Part of the gift of the Pisces is what is, but why? So that's really glaring. Oh well. What I mean by what is Pisces is the sign of like super old age, right? This is beyond retirement. This is like the wise old, the witch, right? So what does the witch know is that, God, I'm really into these Sondheim metaphors. You are who you are, who you are. That is where you're starting from. That is your base. So, like I said, so the sun is in Gemini and Mercury is Gemini. The sun and Mercury are never more than 20 degrees apart. Same with the sun and Venus. So they're very often close in other people's charts, in your chart. But conjunct is a little more important. This is Horton Hears a Who. He says what he means what he says, right? And that is also why it hurts. Just said earlier today, sometimes you still have to pour alcohol in the wound to clean it. It doesn't feel good. It's got to happen. That's okay. But my heart feels better with the conjunction with the moon being with Neptune and no longer with Mars. It's sort of, not that it takes the power away from Mars, it just makes it less crunchy, less staticky. You know, it's a little, the disharmony was allowed to dissipate. And there's some wrong notes. And it didn't feel like jazz. This is more of a supporting each other energy. And this is a lot of supporting yourself. Moon and Neptune conjunct is a lot like the High Priestess card. But so with Mars and Aquarius, they can be buddies, right? Mars, Aquarius, and Pisces, very often they're very good lovers, because they do understand each other, because Pisces understands everybody, and Aquarius understands nobody but everything, right? Does that make sense? So they help each other a lot. With the Moon and Neptune conjunct, Mars and Aquarius is given a little more understanding of human condition, right? Lots of retrograde still, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto. Man, that Uranus in Taurus is moving awful slow. But see here, so the Moon and Neptune are trine Venus in Cancer. This is more harmony and art and beauty and love, and that the love is there. Hold on to what you've got. What you've got is in your heart. You've got to have heart. But also, things that you can give and things that can't be taken away from you are still different. I said in my last video talking about Venus and Cancer, you don't want to give it. You want to share it, right? But the thing is, anything that you have that they can't take away, you can keep using. It's not over. You're still here. Even if you got cut, what are you leaving with? What is the lesson? How do you move forward? And this is going to be a lot of building brand new relationships. I expect people from the very, very past. I expect brand new people that you would not look twice at. It's time to be more accepting, but also you are going to be more discerning. But don't be afraid. Don't pick fear. Fear doesn't live here. There's a lot of earth and water. It's got to rain for the plants to grow. Yeah, there is no fire here. No fire at all, except for the Ascendant, which for whatever reason I keep picking the Leo Ascendant to be when I record these videos. But yeah, there's no fire here. That's okay. As a little fire, baby. I know that is hard. Hello. How do you do? It comes to us eventually. What can we use here? What's the fire for? What's the fire for after it rains? What is the fire for when the plants are growing? What is the fire for? That's a neat little game we can play together. Hooray! But what is the fire for right now? Oh, also, with Jupiter and Scorpio, the things with the moon in Pisces and the Venus in Cancer and the Jupiter in Scorpio, the things that you're making today, the things that you're starting today, also run emotionally deep and have a very long lifespan to them, and will be those ideas that you keep coming for and going back for and coming for and going back for. But they're much bigger than you think they are. This starts small. Everything starts small. But what you're planning today is super huge. Uranus and Taurus with Jupiter and Scorpio. So Uranus and Jupiter are opposing each other right now. You're redefining who and what you are and who and where you want to be. And that's on all levels. That's on all of the levels of sex, death, birth, and rebirth, and also the things that make you flesh and blood. What kind of miracle are you making today? There's the fire answer. What's the fire for? Fire still exists. Fire here is magic. Everything is magic. Everything is the energy that you put into it. Remember what I said about the Ascendant? Your rising sign. The reason you have a rising sign is you, where you were and what you're looking at affects everything else in the universe. It's okay. Now that you see, you have more resources, you have more inspiration, and I think that this time I will leave you with what somebody said to me today is, I hope the muses find you. Later.